This is ultimate test of Garmin Epix Pro 2nd generation on Iceland, and I'm quite tired.
Hi guys, welcome to Iceland and welcome to my new unboxing video. This time I prepared for you test and unboxing of Garmin Epix Pro 2nd generation. I know it's windy and I know it's not the newest smartwatch on the market, but I bought it here and I really would like to share with you some of my experiences, so let's do that. The smartwatch arrived in a nice compact and lightweight box. After opening the main cover, you will find the smartwatch itself right at the top of the package. I chose the white color and the 42mm version. Here's a quick look, but you will see much more of it in this video. Another item in the package is the charging cable. It has a USB-C connector to special connector that plugs directly into the smartwatch, allowing for fast charging. There's also some documentation in the package. As always, my favorite part of unboxing. So here we have the smartwatch in all its beauty. It's not as heavy as I expected when I looked at it. To start, you need to pair the smartwatch with your smartphone. It can be iOS or Android, and in my case I will pair it with my Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 4. You will need to download the Garmin Connect app, and the process is really simple. In the app I recommend filling in the details like your weight, height, gender, age and so on for more accurate measurements such as calorie tracking. Alright, everything is set, and as usual I'll test the watch, and being Wonder Woman I can do that in just a second. And here we are, the test is over. I just brought you 3 months forward in time. Oh yeah. The smartwatch is designed for active people and includes buttons, making it easy to control even while wearing gloves. You can also use the touchscreen, which is very responsive, featuring a bright display. The menu is packed with functions and the smartwatch has impressive capabilities. And to be honest, this won't be an in-depth review as I'm not particularly focused on the sports features of the watch, so I'll just cover the basics for everyday users. The watch measures heart rate, blood oxygen level, heart rate variability, sleep quality, skin temperature, and it includes an altimeter, compass, barometer and multi-band GPS. Simply put, if you buy this watch, you are getting one of the most advanced gadgets on the market. And if you know how to make use of all that data, it's even better. Just look at the information this watch provides. Once you start using it, it offers so much data, it's a dream for every active person. You will find dozens of activity options with the ability to adjust them, plus insights on body energy or body battery and training readiness that suggests how much you should train each day. Simply put, the menu is so incredibly rich that I'm not even sure how to describe it all in one short video. But I'm a simple person and my favorite feature was this. Ta-da! The watch has an amazing light. It's surprisingly bright and you can adjust the color and intensity. The smartwatch itself is bulky, but somehow it didn't bother me. I even slept with it on and didn't feel like I had a hammer or brick on my wrist. So don't be put off by the size. It's built with a fiber reinforced polymer case and has a steel bezel and back cover. This multi-sport watch is tested to US military standards for thermal, shock and water resistance. Alright, let's start the review with something that bothered me. The step counter didn't seem very balanced. With this smartwatch, I recorded the highest step count compared to my smart ring. I already know from testing the ring that it tends to underestimate steps, but I'm pretty sure the Garmin in some cases overcounts steps, which is the opposite extreme. For more details, you can check my review of Ultrahuman Ring Air, where I discuss this in more depth. I also added my older Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2 into the comparison, since I know it's fairly accurate with the step counting. And, as expected, its numbers fell somewhere in the middle. The issue with the watch is that it often counts my hand gestures and various arm movements as steps more than it should. I know I didn't actually walk such a long distance. As a housekeeper, I move around a lot, sometimes for more than 10 hours a day, and whether I was mopping, vacuuming, or just standing and making beds, every action seemed to be counted as steps. You might question my claims, but as I've explained in many videos, I've tested a lot of smartwatches over the past decade as a technology journalist, so I've got plenty of experience with these devices. On the other hand, I have to say that if you use the watch just for counting steps on an average walk or while hiking, it performs well. For example, here you have another comparison. After a full day of walking through a city, the results are quite similar. Also, if you don't have a physically demanding job like me, you likely won't experience the same issues or see such a big difference compared to the other wearables. For someone with an office job or similar, you probably won't notice the discrepancy at all. The GPS tracking was effective. I had similar results to the smartphone GPS tracking in the Ultrahuman app, since the Ultrahuman Ring Air doesn't have GPS built in. It also worked fine during my bike tour. However, I decided to take a Garmin watch on a more ambitious trip, some serious hiking. I used the Epix Pro 2 while my friend wore the Garmin Instinct Solar, and we also had the Garmin GPS tracker. We took advantage of the option to import the route into the smartwatches. It's quite easy, you will just find the correct route on websites dedicated to enthusiasts, download it to your smartphone via the Garmin Connect app, and then transfer it to the watch. From there, an arrow guides you along the right path. Admittedly, we didn't follow the exact route and took a few shortcuts, but that's another story. So how were the results? Well, each device showed us different data. They didn't even agree on the approximate distance or other key metrics. During this comparison, I found myself a bit lost in the data. I probably shouldn't say this, or maybe I shouldn't even bring it up, but I want to be honest and share that there are tests and situations like this too. But, for example, the next time we went on a bike trip with the same two Garmin watches, the kilometers showed numbers that were much closer to each other. So that is great, and I must say that usually when I compared it with something, Epix Pro 2nd generation provided good data. I would say the heart rate tracking was quite accurate. I compared it with a basic medical device I have at home, as well as with my Samsung Galaxy Watch Active 2. During activities, the heart rate data from the Ultrahuman Ring Air wasn't as closely aligned, but based on other reviews, I tend to trust the Garmin data more. The good news is that the resting heart rate was consistently accurate across devices. Skin temperature also seemed to be at a reliable level, with measurements that were fairly similar to those from the Smart Ring. While we could debate the level of precision, at least there weren't any significant discrepancies between the two devices. Both the ring and the watch seemed to agree that my temperature was within a normal range without any alerts. I was even strangely happy to have had a probable illness once, as both devices indicated a higher temperature, confirming the change. Yes, these are the things that make a reviewer happy. Being ill. Strange, I know. The sleep data was a bit confusing. The REM phases and deep or light sleep cycles often differed between the devices, and honestly, I can't verify their accuracy under my current conditions. The good news is that I consistently scored highly on both devices, which is encouraging as I tend to achieve high scores on every smartwatch I've ever tested. I have to show off a bit. I even earned the special mythical sleeping unicorn badge. Twice. This is the highest score possible on this smartwatch, awarded after an excellent night's sleep. The watch doesn't support calls as the Epix 2 Pro lacks a microphone. However, it does offer Garmin Pay for contactless payments, allowing you to pay directly with the smartwatch. Additionally, you can import music from Spotify, meaning you can install Spotify or other apps on the watch and even pair it with your headphones. What I liked were the very well designed notifications. You can see emojis, quickly respond with pre-written replies to incoming calls or messages, and choose to accept or decline calls. Notifications from apps like WhatsApp or YouTube display images nicely, enhancing the experience. Of course, you can disable notifications from certain apps to avoid constant vibrations on your wrist. You can also customize the main control panel, accessed by swiping from the top or button, to include more shortcuts and other preferences. The battery life was impressive. 1 hour of GPS tracking used about 5% of the battery, while GPS navigation consumed more, around 7%. With the always-on display enabled, battery life lasted a maximum of 4 days, but without AOD it stretched to 5 to 6 days with pulse oximeter and heart rate monitoring on at night. Without these features, battery life can extend up to 10 days. Since the watch model isn't brand new, you can find it already around 850 euros or even less, depending on the size and build. That's all what I would like to tell you about my experiences with this smartwatch. If you have some questions, you can ask me in the comments, I will try to answer you. And if you want, you can subscribe to my YouTube channel, you can check my Instagram account, and that's all for now. So thank you for watching, I really appreciate that, and see you some other time with some other device. Bye guys. Okay. No toto je... To nemyslíte vážne. Prosím, ešte chvíľu, nefúč, ja to rýchlo poviem. Newest smartwatch on the market. Yes, I should buy better tripod, but this is kinda unexpected for me.